Thank you guys all for being here. I see some familiar faces. Do a great job covering the sport. We're really excited to be here at a great regional with 4 great teams. We had to fight really hard to get here. Great match in the second round against Marquette team that was really spirited and playing fantastic. So learned a lot from that match that we're looking forward to applying into the regional here. Like I said, with some great teams. So Texas A&M has had a fantastic season. Great win over Texas. And then, a nice run in the SEC tournament, and they're playing great. So it's going to be a really, really fun match that I think we match up really well with them. And that's what the regional is all about. It's just going to be a really exciting, fun match. I feel like our group's playing our best volleyball right now, which is what you want to do in the tournament. So, we're really excited.
Can we talk to Dani last week when she saw the brackets were announced and saw Louisville? What was your reaction when you first saw that you ended up making the regional?
We wanted to beat the teams in the first and second round. So I've been doing this long enough that nothing's guaranteed. No matches are guaranteed, and I was actively looking at Loyola Chicago, who was the hottest team. They had to win 2 5-gamers in their conference tournament. They were 4th in their conference in the A10 to get into the tournament. And they were our first round, and then looking at Western Kentucky and Marquette, who were really, really just great second round potential opponents. So we were just working to win a match and move on, survive and advance.
Is that difficult to relay that message to a team? I mean, a potential Nebraska-Louisville matchup is arguably one of the biggest stories of the tournament, and just to focus on the team in front of you, how hard is that to actually do?
It's not hard to relay it to the team, but you can ask these guys. I don't know if it's hard to. Maybe they didn't get the message. I don't know, but.
No, I think so. I think we kind of expected that would happen, and I mean, the NCAA likes a good story, so I feel like we kind of knew it would happen, but once we find out, we were pretty excited. We were ready to be here, and like Dan said, ready to just knock out the teams in front of us.
Hey, Coach, how do you prepare for a team where the coach knows the players and the strategy, X's and O's? Is there anything different you do, or is it just same old, same old?
At this point in the season, I mean, with our season where everybody plays 30-plus matches, there's so much at your fingertips of what you can learn about a program. So whether you've worked with those coaches before or, like Texas A&M's head coach, he's been in the college game for 3 years now. It doesn't really matter the relationships there because every team is a different story and every year is so different. So I think, it just kind of depends how you go about your preparation. So for us, nothing really changed as far as how we're prepping for Texas A&M or moving into the tournament.
Last year you were in the Final Four stage with DBK, and you were talking about how she made fun, like you guys would go out and do your nails or something like that. So a 2-part question. Has Dan picked up on that too? I'm sure he hasn't said, let's go do nails, but what has he done to make it fun?
Yeah, actually, we still have a few females on staff too, so they made sure we got our little nail day in, but I mean, Dan
we did get our nails done.
We did.
Show 'em.
I am getting my nails done. We did get our nails
Just
done.
got them done.
Yeah, what was the second part of the question?
What has he done to make things fun?
Oh yeah, I mean, kind of a cliche answer, but honestly, every day is fun, and I think just the competitiveness in our gym makes it really fun, and we're constantly reminded why we're playing and why we're still in the tournament. I think it's just because we're a really strong-willed team, and we really trust each other, and I mean, they're like my sisters, so we have fun every day.
Where'd you guys get your nails done?
What was it called?
D&D nails.
C&D nails.
C-O-C-G.
Yeah. And Louisville,
difference,
but
yeah.
it was right before the first round, so.
Both players, what led to you still having a great season, even though it was a little bit of a transition here with the coaching center?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the transition was pretty seamless, and we trust Dan. I've been coached by him for the past 4 years, specifically as a middles coach, and we all trusted Dan. I think even seeing the girls that were playing here last year, like, we kind of set the tone for, hey, Dan's got this, we trust him, we trust each other, and so it really felt seamless.
Yeah, I feel like we're all on the same page of we want to win, so I feel like it was pretty easy for us to just figure it out together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that Dan brought to the program differently that DBK didn't do?
It was a pretty good recipe before, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think, him already being on staff and coaching with Dani for however many years helped a lot, and he ran the defense for again, however long, and so obviously he had to switch from defense to offense. I'm sure it was a bit of a transition for him, but it's worked really well, and I think Nay can speak on that, how much he's helped her, and we have Parker Mickish, who stepped up and has been running the defense for us, and it's been great.
What do you expect out of Texas A&M today? What did they do well? What are you preparing for?
Yeah, I mean, we know they're a great offensive team. They have some great offensive weapons. So I think we just got to lean into what we do best and what we're kind of known for, which is our defense. And I think we're preparing really well for that right now.
Dan, you said you match up well against A&M. Would you say that against about any opponent, or what specifically?
Yes, I would. We got great players, so there's not a matchup that we're scared of or feel like, ooh, how would we have solutions for that? And Kara alluded to, Parker Mickish is one of the great young defensive minds I think in the country right now, and just preparing us for the problems we're going to face, but then multiple solutions for those problems, I think is an art form for coaches, and I think something he's doing really well. And we've played teams with a similar system to Texas A&M and felt success, so that always really helps you moving into a matchup. You never really know till you play a team. Everybody's got a little bit of nuance, but you've got some general things that you see, and we felt some pretty good success against fast offenses and teams that will ride certain players in big moments. We felt pretty good success about that in our conference.
For either player, what's the biggest thing you'll have taken away from those first 2 rounds, especially that match against Montana?
I feel like that anyone can beat anyone at this point, so it's just seeing who can outlast the other one throughout the entire tournament, to be honest.
For sure. And I think it comes down to the team who's going to show the most grit and who wants it more. And I think we just got to continue to show that.
Hey, Coach, to be fair, someone asked the Texas A&M coach about the first 2 rounds being kind of paywall on ESPN Plus, and he shared his thoughts. Curious if you have any thoughts about growing the game and not being able to show on network television.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty obvious that it should be on network TV, and the way that we seed the tournament, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's like anybody will tune into any sporting event if they see the underdog is ahead. So you take our Marquette match, for example, where I think we were down 2-1. If that match were on normal TV and you check in and you see, the seed is down, how are they going to respond? How's this going to play out? It's just a great story to kind of follow. So I think our game, the parity within our game, has really helped the entire tournament to be really, really entertaining. Where before it used to be just everybody holds seed, and then when we get to about the Elite Eight, we'll see what happens. It's not that way anymore. So I do think the first and second round is probably just a matter of time until we get network TV. But it's long overdue.
Dan, what has this season been like for you as you've grown in being a head coach?
It's been really fun, and it was fun when I was an assistant, and it's not more or less fun as a head coach, because we had excellent players that are really fun to be around. I tell them all the time, when I drive into work, it's not just one player. When you have 16 players and your staff and everybody just can be and will be probably the highlight of your day, it doesn't feel like a job. So it's just been really fun. It's been really rewarding, and this is a group that they've worked really hard for everything they've earned, and we're excited to keep playing the NCAA tournament.
A&M closed our season with the first SEC tournament. You didn't have a tournament, but it was almost like a mini unofficial tournament against your last 2 matches. How did the intensity of those matches set you up for what you want to do in the tournament?
Yeah, I love our schedule. I think a tournament would be cool, but we have a pod system, so based on your RPI, you'll play RPI teams over the past couple of years. So for us, that's been Pitt and Stanford the last 2 years. And actually 2 years in a row, we lost both those matches pretty tight. But those are obviously to play teams that see themselves in the Final Four or potentially winning it all. To see them right before the tournament is exactly what you want, because you have the similar goals and only one team can win. And whether you win or lose, you're going to learn. And so for us, that last week, we learned a lot, we improved a lot, and it's nice to be able to apply that to the NCAA tournament.
What did you learn during that last week during the season that you're applying now?
Yeah, I think we knew, obviously, since the season started, the end of our season would be pretty tough schedule-wise, but again, the last 2 games didn't go how we wanted, but I feel like that's just prepared us even better for coming into the tournament. And I think we kind of feel a little bit like we have something to prove, and I think we've already shown that so far. So.
Yeah, I agree. It's made us our word that we use is hungry, and those last 2 games really put something in us that we want to go out here the rest of the tournament and kind of beat everybody up. So yeah.
Dan, what unique stamp do you put or have you put on this team this season as a head coach as opposed to anything that DBK did last year?
Yeah, what a great question. I don't know. I want, a stamp for me would be each individual player having a great experience and really enjoying the ride that we took. So I don't think that would be like Dan gave me this great experience or Dan gave me the opportunity. It's Louisville volleyball. So for me, again, my role has shifted, my title has shifted, but the way I want to serve and the way I just feel so fortunate to be a part of the group, that hasn't really changed. So I just want Louisville volleyball to have a fantastic experience and all the players to walk away with lifelong memories. And that to me is the most rewarding thing. So if there was anything, I hope that would be my stand.
Dan, you spent a lot of time working with Dani. What has it been like for you to watch her come back home and be on this run that she is here?
It's really cool. I've been out to Bussboom Farms a few times back when I was an assistant here, and then when we came here with Louisville, we went up there for Bonnie's pumpkin bars and all that, and so that's really cool because I do think having worked with Dani for a number of years here as assistants and then for so long at Louisville, I think I can really appreciate how much it does mean, and I think that's really cool for her growing family to be here and all of that. And she's a great coach and she's got a great team, and they're playing great volleyball right now, so we're excited for them.
For the Louisville fans back home, what ACC team would compare the most to Texas A&M style?
That's a great question.
Or it might be a combination.
Yeah, I think that their speed probably compares a little bit with Stanford and some of the things that their left sides try to do as well. The one thing is that there isn't that lefty in our conference as much that like Texas A&M has, so I think that's a little bit different. But defensively as well, I think that some of the great teams in our conference have a very similar system with Pittsburgh and Stanford as well. So I don't think there's one team. I think every team kind of takes their favorite thing from the rest of the game and kind of makes it their own. But I do think the combination of the great teams we have in the ACC has helped us prepare for a really good Texas A&M team.
Dan, the other subject that Jamie took on before you was eliminating, in his opinion, the RPI. What are your thoughts on that?
RPI has been very, very good to us, so I don't know. We try to, we get 4 weeks to do our pre-conference schedule, and when I was a Division II coach, I got great advice from the head coach at Minnesota Duluth. I remember him telling me, schedule every match as hard as you possibly can with the anticipation that you can win every match. And you really do need to know your team, but I've always followed that, where you want to schedule as hard as you possibly can, but with the thought of we need to win all of these matches or have a shot to win all these matches. And then the RPI kind of takes care of itself, where if you kind of take the mindset of we only want to play the top teams, that's it. We want to look at the rankings, play 1 through 5. You got to look a little bit at matchups, who's returning, or if you take the other one and you just say, man, we just want to be able to kind of ease into the season and just play teams that have struggled the year prior. The RPI kind of dings you for that. So, again, we've always just scheduled really tough, and then we've had the great fortune of the ACC is so strong that our RPI is kind of taking care of itself. So, there's a few teams that kind of stick out that you go okay, I don't know if they really are there, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes for a good story, and that's why we play the tournament, is then we get to find out.
Anything else?
Coach, one question for you. At the beginning of the season, we asked Stanford about traveling from West Coast to East Coast and what he learned in year 1 to year 2 dealing with the time zones. Obviously, it's probably not as egregious for Louisville going out the other way as many times a year. Anything that you guys learned from year 1 to year 2 about traveling and making sure you keep the time zones and players at their top fitness?
It's a great question. We did a big West Coast swing this year and played Cal and Stanford, and we went out the day before, where some of the research says you should go out 2 days before and have that extra day to reset. And that first match we played against Cal was one of the best matches we played all year. So what we learned is we want to just continue to practice the way we practice. We've gone hard all year. I have a lot of admiration for our players. We have not taken any days off. When we train, we go hard. And so for us with travel, we've always just tried to mimic that with our travel. We just had a great 90-minute practice here where we went as hard as we've gone all year. And so for us with travel, time zones, all of that, we just want to play as hard as we possibly can. Any opportunity we get to play the game, regardless if it's East Coast, West Coast, on the moon, we don't care.
All good? Thank you guys.
Thanks for the coverage, everybody. Appreciate y'all.